Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nerds of the Roundtable. I am, of course, Antonio Padilla, your host. With me, as always, my right-hand man, my co-host, the champ, the red dog, Clifford Miller. Cliff, say what's up.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Nice. I love it. That's a good one, Cliff. That's a good one. Always a good one to go to. As always, Mr. Swagtastic from YouTube. Swag, say what's up.
Hi, what's up? It me, Swag.
Nice. Straight to the point. Simple. Love it. So you got yourself a new environment to chill out in?
Yeah, I was doing work on the cars.
Nice. You got your tree ready. You're in the Christmas spirit, right?
Yes, sir.
Really quick, Swag, can you tell me where Colonel Rhodes is?
Very busy, dealing with like the Air
Training
Force and all that. Yeah.
Training.
Training exercise.
Training exercise, yeah.
Taking it back. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. As of today, it is December 18th, 2020, Friday. We are recording, and today is going to be, I believe, the final regular episode of the year, because next Friday is Christmas Day, which means, ladies and gentlemen, we are only a week away from the worldwide premiere of Wonder Woman 1984 on HBO Max. So get your subscription. I got a free subscription, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I'm definitely going to be enjoying that. I know we're all excited. And so yeah, that's Christmas Day also next Friday, so we will not be recording. We will bring you a final episode before the year is out, but it will be our Wonder Woman 1984 review episode, so stay tuned for that. But today is mostly going to be our 2020 in review episode. But before we get to any of that, ladies and gentlemen, we do have some news that we need to talk about. So let's get into the news. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some casting, and I'm pretty excited about this. So this week, we got some casting on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Black Adam movie, and we're going to keep getting more and more of it, so that's a good sign. It was announced that actress Quintessa Swindell, which that sounds like a MK character. I'm not saying that as an insult. Pretty cool. She has been cast as Cyclone. Cyclone is a character. She is the granddaughter of the original Red Tornado, Abigail Hunkel. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm not super familiar with this actress's work. I'm looking at her filmography. Looks like she got her start on the TV series Euphoria. She's also been in another series called Trinkets, and she has a couple of projects in some form of production, including Black Adam. So, yeah, not super familiar with her or her work, but honestly, I like it that way because, an unknown, it's going to be super easy to see her as the character. I will say this publicity photo that they're using in all the articles, she bears a striking resemblance to Tessa Thompson, at least in this photo. I'm not mad about that because I love Tessa Thompson, so whatever. But yeah, so I'm super excited about that. She must have done something in the audition that got her the role, so good for her. Cliff, what do you think?
I'm interested, like you said. I'm not familiar with her work, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see, how she does, and I'm excited. And genuinely, like Dwayne has got a good eye for talent, just in general, and he just knows who to where they're gonna fit. So to see this to be a thing, I'm genuinely excited. So I can't wait to see.
Yeah, good point. Swag, what about you?
Yeah, I'm excited. Again, with what Cliff said, I think Dwayne, we can all agree that he knows what he's doing, and we can trust his judgment. So I'm just excited that, this cast is starting to fill out, and we're getting closer to finally seeing this movie.
Yeah, I agree. And, DJ, he also said that the next piece of casting we will get is for the good doctor himself, Dr. Fate. and I'm super excited about that. Swag and I talked about it a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, I was just thinking about like, because obviously a lot of the characters in the movie are sort of from the same region in the same time. Like it's all these ancient Egyptian characters like Black Adam, Hawkman, and Doctor Fate has his origins in sort of ancient Egypt as well. So I'm like, I can't wait to see what that suit looks like. Like I'm imagining the aesthetic in my head, and it's just like, I can't wait to see what that's all gonna. I can't wait to see what all these characters are gonna look like. But like especially Doctor Fate, because that has the potential to be something really mind blowing. So I can't wait to see who they cast, and yeah, I'm just excited about this project in general. What about you, Swag?
Yeah, definitely. I'm very excited.
Right on, right on. Cliff, any other thoughts about this?
No, I'm just excited to see Dr. Fate because I did confuse him at one time with another person, and I'm super glad that he's gonna be in his own thing.
Yeah, I still think about that every now and then, Cliff.
Dr. Fate Light.
Yeah, that was good times. That was good times. Oh man. Okay, so that's what's happening over there at Black Adam. Let's talk about Peacemaker over on HBO Max, because we got 4 new cast members joining that show, 2 of which I am very much familiar with. The other 2, not so much, but hey, what are you going to do? So they announced this week that, let me find their names. Okay. This actor, whose name I am not even going to attempt to pronounce, Swag, just throw his name up here in text for people so that they can see it and I don't have to butcher this name. Right here.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, there you go. That actor will be joining the series, as well as Lachlan Monroe, who I am very familiar with, actress Annie Chang, not familiar with, and Christopher Heyerdahl, who I am very familiar with as well. So they are joining the show. Characters, they announced the names of the characters, but as far as I am aware, they are not previously existing comic book characters. They're original characters, which is to be expected. But nevertheless, Lachlan Monroe, I'm a fan of his. He's appeared in so many things that I've watched for so many years. So I have no complaints there. And Christopher Heyerdahl, again, very familiar with his work. I know what to expect from him. He gets a 2 thumbs up from me as well. Cliff, what about you?
I mean, I'm not too familiar, so I'm just gonna lean on your judgment. And if you're excited, I'm excited too.
Right on, right on. Cliff, I know you know who Lachlan Monroe is. So, do you remember a movie? I'm trying to remember the name of it. I know you know this movie, Dead Man on Campus.
Yes.
Remember the crazy dude? I believe his name was Cliff.
Oh.
That's Lachlan Monroe.
You mean the same dude who got his face smashed into a computer by Jason in Freddy vs. Jason?
Yep.
Cop?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm in.
He's most recently was on Riverdale. He played Betty's father, who, spoiler alerts, turns out to be a psychopath. So but yeah, so that's him. Like I was like, Cliff, I know you know who this guy is. So
yeah, I definitely do. Name didn't ring a bell at first.
So
you gonna drink some beers? That one's not beer.
Exactly. Yes. That's him. Yep. But yeah, so these 4 joined the previously announced cast members: John Cena, who's obviously playing Peacemaker, Danielle Brooks, Steve Agee, Robert Patrick, Jennifer Holland, and Chris Conrad. So yeah, Swag, what do you think about this?
Again, like it's just it's good to have these casts be filling out and like getting closer and closer to seeing these things. So yeah, no, I'm definitely excited. I mean, like I was excited before, but like I'm more excited than I was. So yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. It's like, yeah, it's great that these things, like, we get the casting. It's like what we were talking about with Black Adam. It's like the more we hear about casting and the characters that are going to be in the movie, it's like, all right, it's starting to feel like we're getting closer and closer, and it's starting to feel more real. So
Yeah.
That's always exciting. So, yeah. But yeah, so that's the casting news for this week. Like I said, not a whole lot. And that's the news for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it. Now we're going to do a quick games segment because Swag and I have a few things we want to say because an update to a story we did on the last episode. And it is, of course, we're going to be talking about Cyberpunk 2077. So last episode, I talked about how I hadn't played the game yet because it was going to be my Christmas present, but I got lucky and got my Christmas present early. I started playing it, what was it, Swag, last Saturday?
Yeah.
So I've been playing it for almost a week now. And, you know, I, of course, have been keeping track with what people have been saying online and all the, like, people complaining about bugs and glitches and crashes. And I'm playing this game and I have not experienced any of those problems. And let me clarify, I'm playing this on my base model PlayStation 4 that I purchased in 2015. So, like, I'm not playing it on a PC. I know PC players are having the time of their lives with this game. So, to clarify, I am not playing on PC, okay? I am playing on PlayStation 4. And game's running just fine for me. Again, I don't know. Swag and I have talked about this off the show. And, like, I've been telling him, like, yeah, man, I honestly have no idea what people are complaining about because the game is running just smooth for me. And I'm having fun playing the game. I have already met Johnny Silverhand. I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of a dick at first. But I mean, you know, Swag and I even talked about that too, because it's like, yeah, I mean, like at first your relationship with him is very contentious, I guess.
Yeah.
But the further you go along, it's like you start to form a real like relationship with him, and that's pretty cool. But no, I just want to talk about because like they announced this week that if you were unsatisfied with the game, you can indeed get a refund. But then this week they also announced that like PlayStation Store is pulling the game from digital distribution as well, like temporarily until they get whatever is happening under control. But like, and again, like I'm not even like trying to be like apologist about it or even like trying to defend like, no, you give it a shot. Like I legitimately have not had any problems running the game. And I just want to be on record as saying as much. Like I get that some people are having issues. People that Swag and I know personally have been like, pretty harsh about the game and its performance, which I'll let Swag talk a little bit more about. But Swag, like you're almost done with the game, right? Like the main story.
Yeah. I've got like I'm there, like I can finish it, but I feel like there's more to do before I get to that point. So I'm just trying to cover out like all of my bases here and like get all these quests done.
Right. Like you're
it's
into it.
Yeah, I'm like like I'm right there.
And like how have you like what's the extent of your experience with like any sort of like glitches or crashes?
It's like I had like crashes like on the streams that I have on my channel, like you will notice like it's both of those streams were split up into two parts because of crashes. And I was experiencing plenty of those, but that update they released after that downloaded, like it stopped crashing, and that's been like about it for me. I have run into like a few things here and there, but it's like it's nothing game breaking. Like, oh, I'm gonna, like I'm not upset about what's going on, and I'm not gonna go out and get a refund for it. No, I'm still enjoying the game. The stuff that I've been running into hasn't been super game breaking.
Right.
And even if I run into them, they're not super frequent.
Yeah. And again, last episode we talked about is like by the time I get my hands on it, I'm sure there will be an update or a patch or whatever. And sure enough, that has been the case. But like you've been playing since day one.
Yeah.
And like, you like you said, like sure you experienced one or two crashes, but like you've never been like, oh my god, this game is trash,
Yeah. No, I'm still all for it, and I still think I got what I expected out of the game.
Right. Right, and I think that's also what it comes down to is like people's expectations, and I mean like we could say that about anything, whether it's a video game,
Yeah.
movie, or TV show. But part of me has to wonder what people were expecting, and then again, like
Yeah,
you and I talked about it, and we were like, I don't know, maybe it's people's hardware, like specific hardware,
maybe.
or maybe there was something that went wrong with the install because like I said, like my game installed pretty smoothly and I haven't been having any issues playing the game.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's legitimately baffling to me.
it
Like
is. Yeah.
how so many people are like, "Oh, this is the worst thing that's ever happened." It's like I wouldn't say the worst thing, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
considering
I do feel like it's
it is 2020, like
yeah, good point. Very good point. I do feel like it is a huge overreaction by a lot of people.
yeah, I think
It's
overreaction from PlayStation as well.
yeah,
But
that because I was talking about that, and I feel like they thought about the vocal people, and they didn't like
yeah,
have a thought at all about the people like me who aren't having problems and who don't want a refund. Because
yeah,
now this means since they removed it from the store, I can't delete my game from my hard drive. I have to keep that installed until they put it back on the store,
yeah,
which sucks.
yeah. Kind of a dick move.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sucks. But it's just I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say about it other than like like I'm playing the game. It's running smooth. I'm having fun. You know that. I talk to you
yeah,
about it like every time I finish a session. I'm like, yo, dude, like I just did this and it was awesome and like
yeah,
I'm having fun. I'm legitimately having fun playing this game. So I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. I guess we'll see
yeah.
how it
There
goes forward.
there is something that I do want to bring up, and that's I was talking about this just before the show with someone, and I feel like this could have been avoided if people hadn't overreacted to that last delay that they had,
Mm.
because I feel like that's probably the cause of why we ended up getting the game in the state that it was in or is in.
Yeah,
Uh, because they did like if you guys paid attention, they did say after they delayed it, they said that it was like previous generation consoles that were not
that's true.
uh,
Yeah.
doing very well, and that's why they needed to delay the game. And
Hmm.
I personally feel that it had to have been because of the reaction from people freaking out about the delay and not being patient about it. I feel like they didn't want to risk another thing like that and lose people's interest, so they just put it out.
Yeah.
Uh, which is unfortunate and it sucks, but I strongly believe that that's probably the case.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I could totally see that. Um, yeah, it's just it sucks because like prior to them announcing like yeah we'll give you a refund, it was like the game had already made back all of its money that it cut like
Yeah.
production costs, and part of me wonders if that's why they're like screw it, give people refunds, like who cares?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's just, the whole thing is just weird. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like if it's the fans who were expecting too much, or maybe it was
Yeah.
the develop. I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, I'm enjoying the game. So hey, sue me. You know what I mean? I still got my Johnny statue right there. That's not going anywhere anytime soon. So
Yeah.
so no, man. Like I feel like it was important for us to bring this up because, like I said, you and I know people personally who were kind of going out of their way to bash the game,
Yeah.
and I want it on record. Like I have had no problems with the game. It has not crashed on me once. I have not experienced any graphical glitches or gameplay glitches. Like I don't know, man. The game looks good to me as well. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Cliff, do you have anything you want to say about this before we sort of move on?
Yeah. Shout outs to the internet. Just want to give that out there. And I say that because 2019, we bullied an entire studio to change a character that we so deeply loved. And then this year, we bullied a studio into giving us money back because we're pissed about a game. Shout outs to you
Yeah.
guys. Be proud.
Yep.
Look at what you did. You better be happy.
You better be happy.
Yeah.
You got what you wanted.
In the words of Childish Gambino, because the internet.
Yeah.
I wonder what we're gonna get next year. Like, we bullied a movie studio, we bullied a TV show. They legitimately tried to get Game of Thrones the last season
Yep.
rewritten.
That's right.
You guys
I
did
just
not
can't-
succeed in that one though.
I can't wait till I can't wait till 2021 when Kanye West comes out with like another album and then like fans get pissed and want their money back.
People want him to go back and write new music and make a whole new album.
Right.
This album.
Put the album over, okay? We want it better.
We want a better one.
This is not the album we wanted.
I didn't pay for this. No, you probably didn't. You probably downloaded it.
Yeah, probably.
Whatever. Listening to it for free on Spotify, like people complain about anything.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's crazy. Shout out to the internet, like Cliff said. So yeah, like I said, Swag and I just wanted to put that out there because that's a thing that's happening. So we want to go on record, but it's not like it matters. Whatever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into what we all know you're here for. Let's talk about 2020 in review. We're going to talk about our favorite things that happened this year in terms of like media and entertainment. We're going to start with our favorite albums of 2020. For me, this is a pretty simple list, but I'm going to let Swag go first. Swag, what were your favorite albums that dropped this year and that you've been listening to?
Yeah. Like as far as I can recall, and I did like look through my music. There were only 2 albums that came out that I'd like really listened to this year. And they are definitely like, they're my favorites this year for sure. And that was, I think we can start with the one that came out first, and I think that was AWOL Nation. He released an album called Angel Miners and the Lightning Riders, and that album is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that came out around the time me and you started playing SSX again.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I was playing the music from that album while playing SSX, and it fits. A lot of the music from that album fit.
It really does, yeah. Because like you were telling me about certain tracks, and I was like, oh yeah, this sounds really good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that was this year.
Yeah, like that was the thing that happened to me too when I was looking back on everything, and I was like, wait a minute, that was this year?
Yeah.
And then I remembered, I was like, oh right, 2020 sucked so bad it felt like 2 years.
It feels like we've been living like two completely different lifetimes.
Yeah.
It's funny because one of my albums, I had to double check that it came out this year because I know the first single dropped at the end of 2019, so I was confused. So, but the album actually dropped in 2020. But go ahead, Swag.
Yeah, no, that one was, yeah, that album was pretty good. And like every now and then I'll just go back and listen to it, and it'll help me, just relax and calm down and forget about 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other album also helped me a lot with that. And this is a follow-up to our decade in review. Someone that I found who just started doing music in the last decade, who I became a really big fan of. Scott, she finally released her first ever album this year.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's called Alpha, ALFA.
Nice.
I forget what language it is. It's her native language, but it's what is it? It's either first or one in her language. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. And that album, like, it's most of the songs are songs she's already released in the past, but the new ones are really good, and it's, I was happy with the album, and like I said, it helped me just relax and kind of forget about 2020, and it's mostly what I listen to while I'm playing. And I'm not gonna lie, like I still play Spider-Man this year, and
Yeah,
it was one of those albums I just turn on and start swinging to.
yeah, straight up.
So yeah, those were the two albums that I can remember that came out this year that I really enjoyed.
All right, cool, right on. Good choices. I'm definitely gonna have to check those out because, like I said, aside from the one or two AWOL Nation tracks you had me listen to, I was like,
Yeah.
I'll have to check out that album. And like you, I kind of forgot that dropped this year, so I'm definitely gonna check that out. Cliff, what about you? What were some of your favorite albums that dropped this year?
So really, I only have one, and I listen to it pretty consistently now. After Hours by The Weeknd.
Nice.
I
Nice.
know
Good
it's kind
choice.
of trendy. It's in the popular ones. I get it.
Hey,
You know what? The whole album was.
hey, man, I like The Weeknd. That's a good choice. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's a good choice, for
Yeah, I really
sure.
like how the album what I really like too is on the visual side with the music videos. It just kind of like all lines up and plays together, and I'm just like I'm a huge fan of it. So I was like, yeah, I'm digging it.
Nice. Very nice. Good choice. I've got a few that I'm going to talk about. Like this is going to like I'm a music head, but right off the bat, RTJ4 from Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
Dope album, probably album of the year in my opinion, because it was so like when it dropped, it was so timely and so like it just felt like that was the soundtrack to 2020 for me.
Yep.
And it's just great. Every track on that album is a banger. I love it. I listen to that album so much. So yeah, Run the Jewels, RTJ4, phenomenal. Check it out. I also got to give a shout out to Nine Inch Nails for their double album release this year, Ghosts 5 and 6, which again was kind of a commentary on 2020 as well. If you like listen to that album, it's very much the score. If RTJ4 was the soundtrack album to the 2020, Ghosts 5 and 6 by Nine Inch Nails was the score to 2020. So
Yep.
it was pretty fantastic listening to that. Like no joke, there's a track Together. I remember the first time I listened to that track, it was so beautiful, it legitimately made me cry. Not even laughing. Like not even joking. Like that, it was that beautiful, that powerful. The 1975 released Notes on a Conditional Form this year, which not the best 1975 album, but it was still very enjoyable, very like some really great tracks on that album. I really enjoyed it. Good time. And then I am, of course, going to bring up the Cyberpunk 2077 soundtracks, all of them.
Yeah.
Whether I'm talking about the score or the soundtrack albums featuring tracks by Run the Jewels, Grimes, so many other. Who is it who did the samurai music swag? Refused.
Refused, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff there. So that's definitely worth a listen to. I got the score for free when I purchased the video game, so that was pretty cool. That was a nice little inclusion. But yeah, so that's the stuff I listened to the most this year. It was really awesome stuff. Really, yeah, I can't go wrong. I am also going to give a shout out to my boys, Fathom All the Animals, who we had on the show. Like I said, they dropped a single, Disappointing Christmas. Stream that right now on Spotify because it's the holidays.
It's
Go
the
do that.
holidays, people.
Oh, also, I totally forgot about this. The homie Johnny Goth. Go listen to his new album. It dropped. You can listen to it on Spotify. And he also did a collaboration with another artist. Another timely track, holiday track, "The Loneliest Christmas." Go check that out as well. Good stuff. I discovered Johnny Goth this year. So, and what a great name! What a great name for a rock star, Johnny Goth. That's fantastic. So yeah, go Go check him out. He's awesome. I love his music. So yeah, those are my favorite albums of 2020. Let us know what your what were you listening to this year? Leave a comment down below. We'll definitely check some of that stuff out for sure. All right, so that's albums. Let's get into TV. Favorite TV shows of 2020. Favorite TV moments. Cliff, I'm going to hand this one over to you. Go ahead.
Oh, damn. So, favorite TV show of 2020. So, I got a few of them, but they didn't come out in 2020. They were just like their seasons came out in 2020. So we have to go with Umbrella Academy because that was just right off the jump. You know what I mean? Then we go to The Boys, Doom Patrol, The Mandalorian, because season 2, I shed a tear. Also, let's be real, like with The Boys, there's no way that I can't put that in my top list. We literally have a clip of me crying, laughing so hard at The Boys. Let's not play.
Yep.
And one of them I'm going to include, but it's kind of cheating, and I'll tell you, and you'll understand why when I say Crisis on Infinite Earths. Because it technically ended in 2020. I know it started in 2019, but hey, man, I'm going to include it anyway because I like to do that. But yeah, those are like the big. Oh, and Harley Quinn. How can I forget Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Of course.
Come on, man.
Like that's got to be included too. So yeah, those are my big ones. And then MCU, we got to catch up, man. We got to get some TV shows out there.
Heard. Yeah, because weren't we supposed to get one of those this month? But they pushed the release back.
Yeah, originally I thought Falcon and the Winter Soldier was supposed to come out in November because that's what they said back in January.
That's right.
And then it got delayed. And then
WandaVision was supposed to be this month, but then they pushed that back as well. So yeah, I mean, 2020, no MCU like at all. It's the first time this has happened since 2009.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, crazy. Good choices, Cliff. Those are all great choices. I will also, like the usual suspects, like Cliff said, Umbrella Academy, Doom Patrol, The Boys, those were all fantastic this year. Again, those shows debuted in 2019, but their 2020 seasons, fantastic. No complaints at all. Those were all phenomenal. So definitely those are definitely on my list. I know I recommended them to a bunch of people. Like somebody asked me to, like, hey, I need TV shows to watch. What should I watch? And I was like, The Boys. Watch Doom Patrol. That's amazing. So yeah, and Umbrella Academy, obviously, it's amazing. I love those shows. Those are great. So yeah, those are definitely on my list as well. As far as like new TV shows that debuted this year, also Harley Quinn for sure, because season 1 began in 2019, but season 2 was in 2020, so I'm going to throw that in there. Season 2 was phenomenal. I'm glad we're getting a season 3. So, as far as new TV shows, I think my favorite TV show of the year, like brand new TV show, Dave on FX.
Oh yeah,
Dave.
Yeah,
that started in 2020.
Did.
I love Dave.
Yeah,
Dave,
great show. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It will make you laugh. It'll make you cry. I'm not gonna lie. Like that episode made me feel that show made me feel so many things I wasn't expecting to feel watching a little Disney TV show. But that's the world we live in. So definitely go check that out. And then also I'm gonna give a shout out to Stargirl, which again was a show that came out this year. It was supposed to be out last year, but it came out this year, and exceeded all my expectations. So I love that show. Can't wait for season 2. So
I was just thinking about how I openly trashed that show at the first episode, and then by the final episode, I was like, I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you should go back and track that arc with Cliff. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, it's wild to think, like, there's only been 2 times where I've legitimately just shut something down. I'm like, I'm not doing it. And Joker was one of them, and Stargirl was the other. And by the end of the time, I'm like, I really like those.
It's true. Oh man, that's always a good time when that happens. Swag, what about you? Your favorite TV this year? I know you don't watch a whole lot of TV.
Yeah,
but
I was just, it's like I don't watch a whole lot of TV, so like I was a little empty here. But then like you guys started listing everything. It's like Stargirl, yes. Dave, yes. And then it's like Harley Quinn season 2, definitely. Like, Like, yeah, that's all up on the top for me, for sure.
Yeah. That's about it, though.
Yeah, yeah, like, because it's like, yeah, like,
TV. So
no, yeah, and that's the thing, it's like, when I was younger, it's like I used to, but, like, I don't know what happened. Like, at some point in my life, just YouTube became, like, my TV, and that's just what I watch on the daily now.
speaking of, like, we should probably give a shout out to Unis Honest,
Yeah.
because I mean that started in 2019, but it did, and it
Yeah.
ran through most of 2020, and it ended last month.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know what that is, that was Markiplier and Crank Gameplays, aka EF. Um, EF,
Yeah.
um,
Teaching Ethan.
they were doing, yeah, teaching Ethan. But they did this year-long experiment where they had a YouTube channel called Unis Honest, and the idea was like they were going to do an episode every day for 1 year, and then at the end of the year, the entire channel and all its content deleted. And I didn't know about this until like what, Swag? It was like January or February.
Yeah. It had to have been January. Had to have been.
You told me about it, and I was like, "What?" And mind you, I wasn't like a Markiplier fan. I knew who he was, but I was never like into his content, and I certainly did not know who Ethan was. Like
Yeah.
that for sure. But I started watching it, and I got really into it, and it provided me with like a lot of joy and content this year. In a
Yeah.
year largely devoid of joy and content.
Yeah.
I'm definitely giving them a shout out for what they did and just how much joy it brought into my life. So yeah, shout outs to them. Not that they need it; they've got all the recognition they need.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna say it because, like I said, it gave me a lot this year. So.
And if we're gonna do like a quick like internet like shout outs thing for this year, I want to give a shout out to a YouTuber that I love and I watch and he mostly does like fighting games and stuff, and it's like that's his main focus, but sometimes he'll go over to some other stuff. But his name is Maximilian Dude, and he did something that a lot of people were not expecting this year, and he hosted a huge tournament on Twitch for MVC3.
Yeah.
And that was awesome.
Yeah.
To see all these people get hyped about MVC again.
Yeah.
And it even got me hyped. Like I wanted to go back and play that game. So yeah, like that definitely deserves a mention for this year. That was a highlight.
Yeah, that was crazy because like I don't watch Max. I mean, I know you do, and you've showed me some of the stuff, and it's cool. But I remember when he did that because it was trending on Twitter. Like, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was trending on Twitter, and I was like, why are people talking about a 10-year-old game right now?
Yeah.
I went and checked, and it was like, oh, this is that dude Swag watches. Like, oh, he's bringing it back into the zeitgeist. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like you, I was like, oh man, I still have that game. I should play it.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That was very cool. So yeah, shout outs to him. Cliff, did you have any like YouTubers or anything you wanted to give a shout out to?
Yeah, actually, I got one YouTuber in particular I want to give a shout out to. I ain't gonna fun around. Y'all kind of skipping on it, but I'm gonna give a huge shout out to the 3 Count Podcast.
Nice.
We started in 2020, and we
Yeah.
have been. I'm gonna be honest, man. We've been super successful with what we've been able to do, and just the small time span that we've had. So,
Yeah.
launched off 2 shows. And both of them found a lot of success. We've had a lot of great guests come on our shows.
You certainly have.
Yeah, it's been amazing, dude. Like this whole year, and we just did our 1-year anniversary show. Technically, the channel started in 2015 with our test episode with our friends, Frankensteiner and Frankenculture. But then, like, the official first episode started in January, and we wrote it all the way out, and we just did our wrap-up show for the 1-year mark, like 3 days ago. So the 15th. And yeah, man, just like it's been super chill, and I'm super excited for what's gonna be coming out for season 2. But new shows, yeah, this guy and our channel.
Hey man, there's no shame in self promotion, man. Like,
Yep.
like straight up, like what you guys have been doing over there, it's admirable. Like straight up, why wouldn't you shout yourself out? Like that's awesome. Yeah. if you didn't do it, I was gonna do it, like straight up. And likewise, I want to give a shout out to us, the three of
Yeah,
us,
I was gonna say.
because Cliff and I started this podcast 3 years ago in 2017. We took 2018 off because we were both dealing with stuff in life at that point. But we came back in 2019. We podcasted all throughout 2019, and then 2020 we came back into it, and we were like, "Screw it, man! Let's go video. Let's put it up on YouTube." And we did. We did that this year. So, and swag. We were like, "Oh, swag doesn't really like being on camera." But hey, we found
figured it out.
we did this, and now here we are at the end of 2020. We're heading into 2021, and hey, man, can't stop us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to give
Stop.
you
Won't
people.
stop.
Yes, exactly. I want to give a
Hey.
shout out to Cliff and Swag for being there for me and with me. I love you guys, straight up.
And
Me
let's
too,
be
man.
honest, let's give ourselves a pat on the back, right? We've had so many cool guests on this show as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of YouTubers, one of the guests that we have, his movie Batman Dying is Easy comes out this month on Christmas Day. I'm super excited. I'm not even gonna front.
Yo.
Shout outs to Aaron Schonke for that movie. I cannot wait. I'm just like,
Yes.
but past us for getting him on the show and being able to do a little bit for us.
Props to you for getting him on this show. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
not gonna try and take credit for that. That was
No.
so shout out to my boy Cliff over there for pulling, I think, the biggest guest we've had so far. Yeah, and that happened this year as well. There's no YouTube video, but ladies and gentlemen, if you want to check that out, go check out the audio podcast. He was on there. So yes, definitely go check that out.
And he did say that he would come back. So
Oh, he did.
maybe I can pull some strings and see if we can
Get
get like
him
a
back.
YouTube episode. Maybe we'll have one up with the man himself.
Yeah, Cliff,
would be
pull
sweet.
those strings. Pull those strings. We got to get him back. That was very cool. And so yeah, shout out to us for doing it. Cliff, shout out to you boys over there on the three count. That's awesome. I love it. I'll
Appreciate
support
it.
you. You know that. All right, so let's get into what I think is going to be Swag's favorite part of the show. Let's talk about our favorite video games of the year. Swag, I'm going to let you take it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna say it just because, I'm actually enjoying it. It's like, come on, Cyberpunk, like, that one actually, for me, like, that one actually lived up to what I was expecting.
Same.
So yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I will continue to enjoy it. As for everything else, like, there were games, like, I totally forgot came out this year. Like, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, though that was just the campaign, I feel like that was fine because Modern Warfare was killing it. That was, still a highlight for me. And Saints Row the Third Remastered, that came out this year. That was pretty fun. Yeah, like, of all games I thought were, like, it was like, if you were asking me, like, what games would you want remastered, I never would have said Saints Row the Third. But I'm glad it got remastered.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun. Watch Dogs Legion, that one definitely.
Oh yeah, I know
that
you were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty good, pretty fun. And like it's gotta make it a top 2 considering we found Cliff in the game.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Swag, throw that screenshot up right here.
There
So-
it is.
The people can see it. There it
There
is.
is Clifford Miller.
That was awesome.
I still that's got to make it like number 2 for this year for me for
sure.
giving me that highlight. Oh man, but yeah, like that's as much as I can remember that came out this year. So yeah, I mean, like, like I guess an honorable mention would be Modern Warfare. That game did things for Call of Duty that I didn't think was ever gonna happen again.
Yeah.
and I'm glad it did. So yeah, shout out to that game.
Nice, very nice. Cliff, what about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna follow and just give the sentiments out to Call of Duty Modern Warfare because it definitely was lit. Like and Warzone as well.
Yeah.
Like I just love both those games. And I know it's the same franchise, but it's two separate games. People, chill
Yeah.
out. Anyway, both those games phenomenal, and I just love playing them. And I just fell in love with like the whole Call of Duty series again until Cold War came out, and then
And then lost
right
all that
back
love.
to where I was.
Yeah.
Big disrespect to Cold War.
Cold
So
War. You know what, Activision? I'm calling you out on your crap today, all right? You rushed out a game this year.
Way to go, Treyarch.
Treyarch.
But I will say there is another game too, and I've been addicted to this game. I've been playing this game for a few years, but really this year kind of revamped my love of it again. Dragon Ball Legends on the mobile side. So whether you want to get on iOS or Android, phenomenal game. They keep coming out with more characters. It keeps drawing my interest, and just when I'm like ready to like call it and just be like, you know what, like I'm done playing this game, they throw in a whole slew of new characters, and I'm like, I can't leave you yet, man. I just can't. I feel like it's a track.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
I
awesome.
find myself playing this all the time.
You know what? I didn't even think about it, and I think it is kind of worth mentioning just because it did something that I was not expecting it to do at all. Fortnite, I can hear all your boos already. Calm down, because there's a reason for this.
What makes you cheer?
Yeah, exactly. When I had lost all hope for an awesome Avengers Marvel game, Fortnite delivered this year.
Yeah.
I was just super hyped. I was so happy at the end of that, and it's definitely worth a mention for this year. That was a highlight for me this year.
Straight up, man. Straight up. Like, I'm gonna echo that sentiment. Like, I used to be a Fortnite hater, but lately what they've been doing is like, you know what? You're all right with me. Like, that's hey, keep doing what you're doing. It's working. So
Yep.
yeah, man, straight up, straight up. For me, as far as like new video games that came out this year, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, like that. I've never had so much fun reliving my childhood at the same time as being like, oh hey, we're all old men now. Like, it's just a fun game, and it's just a great game to like throw on and like, relax to while you're playing. And yeah, it's just good fun, man. It's awesome. I love that game so much.
Yeah.
Swag, you said they were doing a free weekend, right?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I was like, hey, Cliff, now's the time, man. If you don't want to spend money, you come chill with us at the skate park this weekend. It's going free to play for a weekend.
Awesome.
We gotta hook up and play, Cliff.
I can't wait.
But yeah, so that's Tony Hawk 1 and 2. And same with Swag. I'm gonna put Cyberpunk up there for me as well, because like I said, I'm having fun. I'm not as deep into it as Swag is, but I am enjoying myself. I was struggling to remember a time where I've played a game like this, and I honestly don't remember when the last time, like, I don't know, GTA San Andreas on PlayStation 2, I guess. But like, yeah, I'm into it. I'm having fun, and it is addicting. Like,
Yep.
I'm like, I'm gonna do a 1 hour session, and before I know it, it's like the sun has gone down, and I'm like, what time is it? I lost track of time. So no, I'm having fun. I don't care what anybody says about out there. I'm loving it. So
Yeah.
straight up. Those are my top two new games of the year. Before talking about like classic games, I have been playing SSX Tricky again a lot. I still have my PlayStation 2, still have a PS2 copy of SSX Tricky, and I remember I stayed up until like 4 a.m. in the morning playing one. So straight up. What's up, Cliff?
No, I'm just thinking 4 a.m. I was like, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, because I think I started at like 8. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stay up till 10. 12 midnight is the latest I'm gonna stay up. I stopped playing and looked up and like checked the time on my phone. I was like, 4 a.m. What? I can't go to sleep. It was crazy.
I gotta be up for work.
It was insane, dude. I haven't done that since like, I don't know, like 10 years ago, maybe. So yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, so I played a lot of SSX Tricky again this year, so shout out to them. All right, so that's video games. Those are the video games we've been playing this year. Ladies and gentlemen, what have you been playing and what were your experiences with them? Leave a comment. We'll check them out. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about our favorite movies of 2020. Now, despite how terrible 2020 has been in terms of like movies not coming out or getting delayed, when I was trying to think of my favorite movies that came out this year, surprisingly there were a few, like a lot actually. I saw a lot of new movies this year. So I'm gonna, before I give my like top 3 favorites, I'm gonna give some honorable mentions. I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Guns Akimbo. That movie came out this year, and it was fun. It was so much fun. Action sequences are insane. It's really funny. Definitely check that movie out. It's worth a watch. I'm going to give a shout out to Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. That movie was insane. We did a whole segment on the show where we just geeked out about it. It was awesome. Check it out. I'm also going to give a shout out to Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. I think might be the only animated movie I watched this year that made me cry. So that's a good movie, and possibly I would have put it as my number 1 this year for real, but I know like it's an animated movie and I know most people don't pay attention to these movies, so unfortunately that's the only reason why it's not on my main list. Now before I reveal my top 3, I'm going to hand this over to Swag, because I know he doesn't watch a lot of movies either, so his list will be pretty short.
Pretty
So
small, yeah.
What were your favorite movies of the year?
Yeah, like Apocalypse War for sure. The Mortal Kombat animated movie, yeah. And Birds of Prey. Like that's yeah. I ended up watching that one like a whole lot this year, and like not even just by myself either. I ended up watching that with people, with friends of mine. So yeah, it's and heck, I'm not gonna lie, there might be another time soon where I watch it again with people.
Nice, very nice. Good choice, man. Good choice.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think for me, I'm just gonna put Mortal Kombat, Scorpion's Revenge. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I mean, like, I guess, because even though Disney Plus technically released Hamilton out for 2020, it was filmed in 2016, but I don't know. I'll take the release date. I'll put that up there too, because Hamilton was definitely, as far as the musical goes, I was blown away. Like the Broadway show was amazing. But then, of course, Mortal Kombat, man, we geeked out for almost an hour just talking about Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there, and I'm still gonna kick it out there. All right, NetherRealm, hashtag Artlean and MK.
Arlene and MK, yes. Dude, I'm gonna go record another MK video just to put that hashtag on my channel again.
There you go. There you go, Cliff. You got him.
I'm gonna do it all over again and put it all over my TikTok.
Yeah. Anything else, Cliff, or were those your choices?
Nah, those are my top 2.
Okay. All right. Right on. Right on. Good choices. My top 3 for the year, and this is in order. And so number 3, I saw Tenet this week, and it was awesome. I loved it. It comes in at number 3 because, like I said, it's fresh. I've only seen it the one time. I haven't spent enough time with it for it to be any higher. However, it's amazing. It's beautiful to look at. I watched it on my 4K TV. Beautiful, beautiful looking movie. The score was fantastic. The score, considering it's a Christopher Nolan film, the score was not done by Hans Zimmer. He was busy doing the Wonder Woman 1984 score. So
Yes, he was.
yeah, but the score was handled by again, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Ludwig Göransson, whose work I am familiar with. But he delivered a phenomenal score for this movie. It was fantastic. I need to pick up the score. Like it's awesome. I loved it. So shout out to him. The score was fantastic. The action sequences in this movie are amazing. Performances by John David Washington, who is Denzel Washington's son, which I did not know prior to this movie. And it's weird watching the movie because there are times where he's delivering his dialogue and it straight up sounds like Denzel. It freaked me out a little bit, but he delivers a phenomenal performance. He's great. Again, shout out to Robert Pattinson, who, if after Good Time and The Lighthouse you were still not sure he'd be a good Batman, watch Tenet.
Yep.
Because he's awesome in this movie as well. So yeah, shout out to everybody in the cast, whether it's Kenneth Branagh or what is her name, Elizabeth Debicki. She's awesome in this movie as well. But yeah, I love this movie, and yeah, it was just great. I highly recommend it to anybody and everybody. Definitely check it out. Number 2. Now, my top 2 of the year, this could have gone either way, right? Like, these were movies that I loved so much, and it was kind of hard for me to choose which one is number 1. But ultimately, it came down to which one of these did I watch the most, and so number 2 is The Invisible Man, starring Elizabeth Moss, directed by our boy. Oh crap, I'm blanking on his name right now. Who directed this? Somebody help me out here. He directed Upgrade. It was just on the tip of my tongue. Oh, this is gonna drive me mad.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah. My Google is not loading fast enough. Come on, help me out.
Neither is my phone decided they wanted to blank out for a quick minute.
It wants to update. That's why it's running so slow.
Oh man.
Don't worry, I got it. All right, here we go. I'm just trying to get the director here. Come on. Invisible Man, produced by Jason Blum. Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. Who's Lee Whannell? Lee Whannell, that's his name. Yes, directed by Lee Whannell. Fantastic, visually stunning. Like I said, he can take a movie like this. Movie was made on a budget of, what was it, $7 million, and he made it look like he spent like $50 million on it. Like, the movie looks incredible. It's amazing. And it's also a testament to his skill as a director that he could do The Invisible Man in 2020 and make it terrifying and scary and believable as well. Like, I believed the method of invisibility in this movie. So yeah, number 2 is The Invisible Man. If you still have not seen it, definitely go check it out. Number 1, Swag already said it, Birds of Prey. Straight up, number 1, Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. It's the movie I've watched over and over and over again. It's my go-to comfort movie for 2020. It's just a good film. Fantastic performances from everybody in the cast, whether it's Margot Robbie, Rosie Perez, Journey Smollett-Bell, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Ewan McGregor delivers one of the most unsettling villain performances in a superhero movie I've ever seen. And shout out to Chris Messina as well. So, like, subtly, like, the level of disturbing he brings to Victor Zsasz is, he's so subtle and nuanced, but it's so creepy. So
Yeah.
shout out to him. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to director Kathy Yan. The film is visually stunning to look at. Costume design is impeccable. Shout out to writer Christina Hodson. Like I said, this is the movie from 2020 that I've watched the most. It's my go-to comfort movie, and I remember saying this when it came out. It's a breakup movie, and I guarantee you it's going to be this generation's go-to breakup movie. Like, it's just such a great movie. It has a great soundtrack. I love it. I've seen it so many times this year. I don't care if that upsets certain people. Like, Birds of Prey is my movie of the year, for sure. Also, I do want to give a shout out to Bill and Ted Face the Music. I forgot to give them an honorable mention. That's a great movie as well. Good time.
Yes.
So yeah, those were my favorite movies of the year. Yeah, anything else you guys want to give a shout out to that you may have forgotten about?
Nope.
No, not yet. I will eventually when I go watch Bad Boys for Life.
Nice. Very nice. So yeah, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, we will be bringing you our review of Wonder Woman 1984 once that's released. And so who knows where that's going to end up on the list. But as of right now, those are my movies of the year. So yeah, that's pretty much our 2020 in review. Again, we're not really going to talk about all the terrible stuff that happened this year.
Yeah.
Cliff, go ahead.
Oh no, I was thinking about like shocking moments of like 2020, not necessarily like in like the
Terrible.
terrible realm. Yeah. Talk about like fun
Like,
stuff that like happened.
Surprises.
Right?
What's that?
Yeah, you said you had a surprise, right?
Yes.
Go ahead, roll with it.
Well, I was thinking about like the surprise of the years for like 2020, right? Because we all watched Stargirl, right? Finding out that
Yeah.
Starman wasn't actually dead.
He was not dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of like a fun moment. Geez, man, I had a moment that was like, oh, that's what it was. I just remembered. The Last Ronin. We didn't even talk about.
That's right. Yeah. So I should preface this. When we were discussing doing this episode, I was like, should we put books on there? And it's like, me and Cliff, we were like, well, we didn't really read any books that came out this year, despite having read some comic books that came out this year, whether it was Three Jokers or Dark Knight's Metal or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, which had a sucker punch of a shocker. But yeah, Cliff, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, man. I was like, the reveal of The Last Ronin, because remember, like, when it came out originally, everybody's like, who's The Last Ronin? Everybody suspected it was going to be like Leonardo or even Raphael, but to find out that it was neither one of those two, I thought that was shocking in itself, man. I was like, damn, man. So I was like, obviously, like, I love it, and I was like, dang. And I don't want to spoil it, so if you haven't seen it yet, or you haven't read it yet, you should.
Yeah, it was pretty shocking for me as well. But yeah, that's a great pick, Cliff. That was a great sort of a welcome surprise. So
I was thinking about that one, and then this was another thing that happened in 2020 that we really didn't talk about, and I know a lot of people are gonna genuinely like this. Ash, congratulations to Ash for winning his first Pokemon tournament, because that happened this year too. Let's be real. I'm gonna give all the props. Only took him 20 years to get it done. But hey, you know what, champ? You got it. That was a great surprise too.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I think another one too. I want to just another big surprise was the winner of the Battle of the Universes. So people who pay attention to Dragon Ball Super, you already know like where I'm getting with this. But the winner of the tournament was definitely a huge surprise too, because everybody kind of assumed who it was gonna be, but it didn't turn out that way. And so, I genuinely like those two moments were like really what kind of threw me off. Well, actually, those three moments were really genuinely that threw me off was find out who the last runner was, Ash actually winning, and and seeing the winner of the universe tournament. I was like, damn, these are some great things that happened.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, yeah, good point, Cliff. I think it's a good thing to like acknowledge some of the good things that took us by surprise this year. So yeah. Shout out, straight up, love it. Swag, did you have any just by any chance?
Not really. I mean, like I guess like because me and you did talk about this, I think last night, because we were talking about like the Marvel event and Fortnite.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The thing that really surprised me that like I had no idea that like was gonna happen, but I was happy it did. The Blade pack for Fortnite, like that one caught me by surprise.
Yeah, straight up.
And I was like that one, like I legitimately like when I saw it came out, I got up, went and turned on my PlayStation, opened up the game, and bought that pack. So that was definitely a huge surprise for me. I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and maybe spoil this for some people, but keeping in the same vein, it was leaked this week that coming to Fortnite is the Green Arrow, and not even comic book Green Arrow, because I saw the model. It's straight up Stephen Amell, Green Arrow from the CW, and I was like, what? So that was pretty surprising, and I'm like, you know what? This is probably the one that's going to get me to start playing Fortnite. So,
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool. That was a surprise for me, like for sure. Like as far as like right at the tail end of 2020. So,
Yeah, for sure.
and also, Green Arrow and Black Panther are coming to Fortnite. So for anybody out there who didn't know, that's happening. So yeah, that was a welcome surprise for me. Like I said, I was like, maybe I should start playing Fortnite. So,
Just so you can have that skin.
yeah, exactly.
I
What's
was,
up, Cliff?
I was thinking one more moment that caught me by surprise too, and it caught you guys. Well, I don't know if it caught you guys, but you guys acted like it caught you by surprise. Was the reveal that Keanu Reeves was gonna be in Cyberpunk?
That wasn't this year though.
That was last year,
No,
2019.
was it really?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it. I feel like
No, I know. That's the thing I was thinking about too.
yeah, it was like
But straight up, I had no idea he was in that game.
yeah.
Before
This
that,
was,
it was legitimately a surprise.
yeah, this was back when E3 was still a conference people could gather. So it wasn't this year.
Yeah.
Right,
Because
right,
I
right.
remember I was watching it live when it happened. And
Yeah,
I freaked out so bad I started messaging
Yeah.
Antonio about it.
Yeah, you sent me a message because I didn't know, and then I was like, "What the?" I remember my reaction because I didn't know what the character he was playing, but he was like, "It's Cyberpunk," and I was like, "Is that Johnny Mnemonic?" And I was like, "Close." His name was Johnny Silverhand, and I was like, "What?" So yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, that happened last year.
All right, good. Now I'm not totally like out of the realm.
Good. But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for 2020. Hey, we made it, ladies and gentlemen. We made it.
Oh, you know
Here's-
what?
Go ahead.
What we forgot, and I think you're probably gonna thank me for this. We didn't mention Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us.
Oh, that's right. Last of Us 2 came out this year, and I played that game.
Yeah, you did.
I have strong feelings about that game.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I liked it, I enjoyed it, but I mean, there were things about it that I was like, this is. I'm not sure I like this, but
Oh, yeah, just disagreeing with them.
I mean, overall, I enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
I think it was worth a playthrough for sure. Yeah, huh? How did we forget that?
Yeah, it just came into my head like last minute there.
Yeah, and that was like one of my most anticipated games of the year. I guess it's because, like Cliff said, this year has been so.
So, yeah.
It feels like we lived
Two
2 years
separate
in 1
years,
year. Yeah, it's insane. And that game came out in June. Yeah, because it was my birthday present. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I played The Last of Us 2. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, I didn't totally agree with every decision they made in that game. But I still enjoyed the game.
Yep.
But yeah, Swag, I know you played Ghosts of
Ghost of Tsushima, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah, I did not like I had been excited for it when they had showed gameplay at an E3, I forget how many years ago it was. But I was like, oh, this actually looks really sick. And it came out, I played it, and this is what I was hoping for. It's like a samurai game, and it's the combat feels super nice and super weighty. I really like it. So no, yeah, it was the story too. Story was amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm that's going up there, top 3. That's in the top 3 for this year for me.
Right on. Cliff, did you play either of those games?
I did not get a chance to.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was like, I know, 'cause like all my friends were talking about Ghosts, and I was like, I really want to get into it. I was like, but like now at this point, I'm just like, all right, I guess I'll just continue watching wrestling and be a huge nerd in that world.
Yeah.
Hey, priorities. That's what life's all about. You got to prioritize whatever media you're going to consume.
It's like I was running this damn podcast.
with you, Cliff. Like, there's so much stuff out there to consume that I have to be like, okay, what's most important to me? So, honestly, I would have played Ghost of Tsushima, but it's like that's a commitment I have to make, and I don't know if I have time to make a commitment right now.
I still haven't finished it either. That should say something.
I want to play it. I really do. Remember
in that Kurosawa mode?
Yeah, exactly. I told you, who was it? Was it Fede? Fede Alvarez, director. He tweeted. He just started playing it recently, and he was like, "Holy shit! Like, there's a black and white mode, and it changes all the dialogue to Japanese. It's called Kurosawa mode." And I was like, it made me so happy that made him happy. I was like, right on, dude. So yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, no, I didn't get to play that one either. But yeah, I want to. So, but yeah, good save, Swag. I feel like we would have gotten roasted alive had we not missed either of those games. Good save. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us this week, and that's going to do it for 2020. Although, like I said, we're going to do that Wonder Woman episode for sure. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, let us know how your 2020 has been. Was it just as miserable as ours? Probably. But let us know what things gave you some comfort and some momentary escape from the horror that was 2020. Whether it was what music you were listening to, what TV shows you were watching, video games you were playing, what movies you watched. What were your favorite movies that came out this year? I know there weren't as many as we're used to, but like I said, shockingly, I saw quite a few new movies that came out this year. So, yeah, let us know. Drop a comment down below. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, and yeah, ring that bell, get notifications. Hey, share this video with your friends and your family if you think they'll enjoy it. Really helps out a lot. That's all you got to do, folks. Just share the video. Cliff, go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you online.
So you guys can find me on all your favorite social media apps at _RedDog85. I am all over the place. It's literally not hard to find me. Activision as well to play Call of Duty. So if you want to watch me get rocked in Cold War, or you want to watch me get rocked people in Modern Warfare, hey, just come see. You can find me on PlayStation on that same name. You guys can find me right here on Nerds at a Roundtable, because this is one of my favorite podcasts to legitimately do, as well as you can find me on the 3 Count podcast, where we run on the debate show, and then you can also find me on Now Entering the Ring, which I'm the host, and our third show, which I'm actually just co-hosting. I'm actually really kind of just producing the show, Returning to the Ring, which is going to be hosted by one of our newest members, Anthony Lujan. It's going to be awesome, so you guys can enjoy that content as it goes live. We now have 2 channels, by the way, just to put it out there. We do have the 3 Count podcast, where you can actually catch all of our shows, and then we have the new one, the 3 Count podcast stream, where you can actually watch all of our live shows and watch us debate and tear each other apart. So,
hey, ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Go give him some follows, give him some likes, show your support. He deserves it. Like I said, Cliff, probably the busiest boy I know. It's, again, Cliff, I appreciate that you still even have time to do this show. So
carve all that time out for this show.
Exactly. Swag, go ahead and plug the YouTube channel.
Yeah, you guys can come find me on YouTube, Mr. Swagtastic. I have no idea what I'm gonna be doing with the channel, but all the more reason to come see what's going on. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I do have some ideas, but I don't want to spoil them here. But it's if I don't end up uploading, I've said it before, there's tons of stuff on the channel already. There's tons of playlists in there for whoever, there's plenty of stuff in there to watch and enjoy. So yeah, come hang out. It's just a big party over here.
That's right, Mr. Swagtastic on YouTube, and like, no joke, there's content on there for everybody. Regardless of what you're into, you'll find something that you like. So definitely go check it out. It's a good time. I am, of course, Antonio Padilla. You can find me on all social media at Tron Pilgrim or at Tron Pilgrim 87. You'll know which one is me. And again, you can always catch me right here, Nerds of the Round Table on YouTube. Like and subscribe. You can find us on anchor.fm/nerds, as well as Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, everywhere podcasts are available. And of course, like Nerds of the Roundtable on Facebook, facebook.com/Real Nerds of the Roundtable. And you can follow us on Twitter @RealNerds_. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us this week. Join us next time. Same nerd time, same nerd channel. Good night, folks.